Hello, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's Wargame World, and we're at Historicon 2024. And Jim, I gotta say, Jim's Pickett's Charge game, Perky, is incredible, and I have the honor to help him. We're going along the Union lines. Now, we're still setting up, but I figured we need to get a quick video. There's Alonzo Cushing's guns out here. General Meade's headquarters, and there are over 1,254 millimeter figures on this table. What do you think of that? Now, we're still setting up. We're going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and got to admit, that is really cool out there. Now let's go check on the Emmitsburg Road. So we have the Emmitsburg Road over here, and the Kadori Farm. So the Confederates are playing across 3 tables. Now over here is where our Confederates will launch their attack. And oh my gosh, it's none other than Goober the Traveling Bear. So here on this side of the table, we have our Confederates. We'll start off with our Virginia troops. And coming right along, and we still have more Virginia troops. And then we go into the Carolinas. So there's our Carolina troops. And coming along here, we have Davis's. We have the Mississippi. And, of course, we have the Bliss Farm, made famous by Elwood Woody Chris of his famous book, The Struggle for the Bliss Farm. We're behind the Confederate lines on Seminary Ridge?
Right, so the Confederates would be starting on Seminary Ridge. They'll have all their cannons in front. They will fire bombardment for about 3 turns, and then after that their cannons are done for the day because they're out of ammunition. Well, then all the Confederate brigades will start surging forward, and they will cross onto the middle table where we have the Emmitsburg Road. And I've found in previous games that once they get to the Emmitsburg Road, they really start taking a lot of casualties. So it's at that point gets pretty bloody and fast and furious.
Well, I have to ask, I see a building on fire. Can you come over and tell me
Sure,
what this
yes.
is?
Yeah, this is the Bliss Farm, and often you don't see it in games of Pickett's Charge because it was burned down during the battle. What had happened is Confederate sharpshooters occupied it, and the Union generals were getting annoyed with them, so they sent their guys out to toss them out, and the 2 sides were going back and forth, and finally the Union general said, "Burn the place down."
All right. And
As you can see, it's on fire.
And I have to do a plug for my dear friend who's passed away, Elwood Woody Chris, who wrote the famous book, Struggle for the Bliss Farm. And I guess one more question, where is General Pickett? Can you take me over to him? Well, Jim, tell me about what game are you running here at Historicon?
Well, this is Pickett's Charge using 54 millimeter figures, or 1/32 scale, and about a 1-to-20 ratio. So that means 1 guy is worth equal 20 guys.
And roughly how many figures do you think you have?
I think there are easily 1,200, maybe more. I started painting these last August.
Last August. Wow.
August, and
so do you want to point out some of the highlights of this table?
sure. Okay, well, this is the famous copse of trees that the Confederates were zeroing in on their attack. And over here we have Meade's headquarters.
Okay.
And then we have another farm over here, the Bryan House.
Swinging over.
Yeah. And so we have, each player has brigades of roughly 3 regiments of 90 figures. And the game goes really quickly. We're throwing lots of dice and quick resolution.
Well, how about can we take a look at the Confederate forces?
Sure, yeah, let's go look at him.
I guess we found Pickett. Where is he?
He's right here. Here's the famous man.
All right.
Pickett's Charge, named after him. You probably didn't like that. Actually, historians say that it should be called Pickett's, Pettigrew's, and Trimble's charge because there were more North Carolina troops than there were Virginia in this action. But Pickett kind of got the first dispatch back to Richmond, and so he lived with the name for the better or for the worse.
Well, this game is incredibly impressive. I know you're really the only one running this, setting it up, and I know Goober's helping you a little bit. But
Goober's going to help.
How did you come up with an idea to make a game this big?
Well, I've always liked Civil War, but I hadn't collected them. And coming over here last year from the Chicago area, I stopped at Gettysburg a couple times, and that kind of rekindled my like for the Civil War. So I thought, well, this is near Gettysburg. Why not? Let's see if we could do it.
All right, it's incredible. And do you have anything else you want to say before we close out?
Well, come and see it. You'll have a lot of fun.
All right, and I'm going to post this tonight, Wednesday of the event, and we can try to squeeze you in maybe. I don't know if all the tickets are sold, but Jim, anything else? We'll say farewell.
Happy Historicon, everyone, and this is really a great convention.
All right, stay safe, be kind, be courteous, everyone, and come and visit Jim and Goober the Traveling Bear. Thank you.